Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
We're going to get started shortly, but if you're coming in, there are seats in the middle. If you've got an empty seat, can you either raise your hand or help people find their way so that we can have people seated? That would be awesome. We'll get started in just a minute or two.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the 20th Annual National Liberty Museum Awards of Valor ceremony presented by your local Chevrolet dealers. My name is Jim Donovan from CBS News Philadelphia. I am your MC for this evening. Tonight is an opportunity for us to honor first responders, law enforcement personnel, and community members from the greater Philadelphia region for remarkable acts of heroism and for serving as role models in their communities. For those of you that watch Channel 3, you know I'm the morning news anchor, so I get up very early in the morning. I usually go to bed at 6 o'clock, so I'm just about past my bedtime here. But I will tell you, about 35 years ago, I was in an auditorium very much like this. My father served in the New York City Police Department for 35 years, and he was awarded an award in a similar ceremony. And anytime that I have the opportunity to be at an event like this, where we are recognizing our first responders, I will always be there. So thank you so very much. Our stories that you're going to be hearing tonight are gripping and inspirational, and they represent the best of what Chevrolet and the National Liberty Museum consider everyday heroes. We're looking forward to honoring each and every one of you that is here tonight with us. It's now my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Arlene Arnott, President and CEO of the National Liberty Museum, to begin tonight's program.
Good evening, everyone. I'm an operations nerd at heart, so logistically, if you do need to take a break or need to use the restroom, we are live streaming this event from the third floor gallery across the way, as well as downstairs. So just in case, I wanted to let you guys know. But again, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Jim, for that warm introduction. And before I go any further, I want to offer a special thank you to you. Again, he says he stays, he's got to get up at 6, which means he's going to bed at 3 a.m. Most of us consider that middle of the night, that's his morning. So the fact that you're here, fully upright, having complete sentences, I think that's an act of valor in and of itself. And of course, if you haven't seen the news, congratulations to you on your retirement. 20 plus years at CBS. So may all your future mornings begin at a reasonable hour and that you have a cup of coffee after the sunrise. So cheers to you, sir. It is truly an honor to welcome all of you to the National Liberty Museum for our annual Awards of Valor ceremony. As Jim said, I'm Dr. Elaine Arnott, President and CEO here, and I'm so grateful you're here to celebrate the courage in the most extraordinary form. At the National Liberty Museum, our mission comes alive every day through powerful stories that you're going to hear tonight, thought-provoking exhibitions that I hope you've had an opportunity to see tonight, and meaningful dialogue that I hope continues after we finish up our program. And of course, through the extraordinary bravery of the honorees we celebrate tonight. So if you haven't had a chance as we wrap up tonight, I hope you will explore current exhibitions on free speech. They're bold, immersive, and intentionally challenging because it asks each of us to reflect not only on the right to speak, but on the responsibility that comes with using your voice. Here, we believe liberty isn't something we inherit and keep forever. It's something that we must safeguard every day with courage, curiosity, and of course, respect. And tonight, that idea becomes real and deeply personal. The individuals we honor this evening embody the very best of what liberty requires. Their bravery protects the freedoms the rest of us often take for granted. They step forward when the rest of us step back. They run towards danger when others run away. And their actions, whether quiet or bold, remind us what service, sacrifice, and community truly mean. And this year marks not only one, but two major milestones for us. First, this is the 20th anniversary of the Awards of Valor ceremony, which we're celebrating tonight. Even Bill was saying his daughters were 2 and 3 when this started, so he's been with us since the beginning. It's also the 25th anniversary of the National Liberty Museum itself. 2 anniversaries that tell one story. For a quarter of a century, this museum has been dedicated to advancing liberty. And for 2 decades, these awards have honored people who protect it. So we are profoundly grateful for the generous support of your local Chevrolet dealers, whose sponsorship make this evening possible. Their commitment ensures that these stories, which you'll hear tonight of valor, are seen, are heard, and are uplifted in the way that they deserve. And with that, Bill, it's such a pleasure to have you here. He's a little jet-lagged. He just came in from literally Ireland. Your leadership and partnership means so much to us. And as we look to next year, which I always do, I'll just say, we hope you'll be right back here with us to celebrate the Awards of Valor for our 21st year. And truly, a once-in-a-lifetime milestone for our entire country. Because next year, as I hope you all know, America celebrates its 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the creation of our nation in the best way possible and in the best city possible. And there's no better moment to honor the people who safeguard the liberties that define who we are. So with that, can you guys please join me in welcoming Bill O'Flanagan, President of Reedman Toll Auto Group.
Thank you, and thank you for, again, letting us be a part of this event. I guess 21, so you should serve alcohol next year. Everybody will be legal. So the Awards of Valor are presented annually to police officers, firefighters, EMTs, and community members who honorably distinguish themselves by conspicuous acts of bravery, heroism, and compassion beyond the normal demands of first responder service. In addition to their valorous actions in the line of duty, we also cannot forget about the many police officers, firefighters, first responders who go above and beyond their duties to better serve the communities in which we and they live and work. None of the individuals here tonight are looking for an award that distinguishes their effort. And if you ask them, and this is my favorite part of the awards, they would remind you very quickly, I'm just doing my job. Tonight, we honor the individuals who have demonstrated exemplary acts of valor and community service. It's now my honor to introduce the actual important person who I'm just in between here, Jeffrey Thompson, Commissioner of the Philadelphia Fire Department, who will present the individual awards for valor in emergency response.
Thank you very much, Bill. Let me start by, I want to echo the sentiments of Bill. You know, I know first responders, and if you want to give a first responder accolades, they will tell you what Bill stated, that they are simply doing their job. So for me to be here and to recognize, to say to the recipients that we see you, we appreciate you, it means a lot to me. But before I go any further, I would ask that everyone in this room please take a moment to think about and remember the 3 individuals that died in a house fire in the Kensington section of Philadelphia early this morning, despite the heroic efforts of the men and women of the Philadelphia Fire Department. So if we can please just keep those folks in your thoughts and prayers, I'd appreciate it. Tonight, I get the honor of presenting individual awards, and the first recipient of the award that I'm going to present is, ironically enough, and I did not know this until the last minute, he works for me. He's my executive chief. His name is Daniel D. McCarty Jr., and he is my executive chief. Daniel is the executive chief of the Philadelphia Fire Department and is constantly listening to the department radio while preparing for any potential chance to provide help. Earlier this year, on January 31st, Daniel was still a captain at the time when a medical jet crashed in Northeast Philadelphia. Despite no direct call to action, he leapt into response mode and was one of the first to arrive on scene, where he then assisted in managing that rescue operation. In addition to his act of courage that day, Daniel also leads a force in the city's Operation Code Blue. This program plays a fundamental role in protecting our vulnerable and unhoused populations in times of extreme cold by coordinating pickup and drop-off points to recently designated warming sites. He also gives back to fellow first responders by mentoring others for placement exams and guiding them through the advancement process. Thank you, Daniel, for your many years of service to the Philadelphia Fire Department and all you've done both during the events of January 31st and every other day that you have served the region. Will Daniel please join me on stage? Job well done. Our next individual award for valor and emergency response goes to Detective James Black of the Lower Merion Township Police Department. In late December of last year, Detective Black was off duty when he noticed 2 suspects outside of a Kohl's department store in Limerick Township. He watched the 2 individuals exit their vehicles dressed in all black and purple rubber gloves and proceed to enter the building. Despite the store having multiple shoppers in line, the suspects attempted to rob the cashier at gunpoint. Selflessly, Detective Black confronted the gunman with his own weapon drawn, causing the suspect to drop his weapon and attempt to flee the scene along with his accomplice. Detective Black's years of experience proved to be invaluable, as he had already called for reinforcement before taking this heroic action. The criminals were soon caught and removed from our streets, most importantly, without any harm to bystanders shopping in the store. Thank you, Detective Black, for your selfless act that day and for all that you do for the Lower Marion Township community. Will Detective Black please come to the stage? This evening's third individual award for Valor and Emergency Response goes to Lieutenant Evan Polk of the Philadelphia Fire Department. This past May, as a 5-alarm fire raged in a West Philadelphia row home, Lieutenant Polk took control of the interior search team. Despite intense heat, collapsing floors, and zero visibility, he did not hesitate to enter the dangerous situation in hopes of a rescue. Thanks to his decisive action, 3 elderly residents that were trapped inside were discovered on the building's second floor and were evacuated to safety with over a dozen neighbors who were also trapped inside. In addition to this exemplary instance of bravery, Lieutenant Polk constantly gives back to his community. He hosts weekly fire safety workshops and a podcast showcasing his humor while spreading awareness on emergency preparedness to families. He is a devoted father of 2 wonderful children and a source of empowerment to all those around him. Will Lieutenant Polk please come to the stage? Our next individual award for Valor and Emergency Response goes to Public Safety Telecommunicator Kevin Riley from the County of Burlington Department of Public Safety. On May 4th of 2024, Kevin received a harrowing 911 call where 2 juvenile girls, only 8 and 9 years old, were lost in the Jersey Pine Barrens. The initial telecommunicator, Crystal Leeper, instructed the girls to stop walking while the communications division dispatched emergency responders to conduct a search. Once Kevin overtook the call, he was able to instruct the girls on how to open, read, and navigate a compass on their phone. Through mapping technology and working alongside the 2 children, he was able to guide them to a roadway where they were then recovered safely by responders. Through his calm, direct, and thoughtful communication with these 2 lost girls, a tragedy was avoided in our area. We thank you, Kevin, for your service not only on this fateful day in May, but every day. Will Kevin please come to the stage and be recognized? This evening's final individual award for Valor and Emergency Response goes to Christopher Russell from the Philadelphia Police Department. At approximately 7:50 a.m. on a morning this past May, Christopher was off duty and on the way to National Guard training in Fort Dix with a fellow soldier. Along his route in Atco, New Jersey, he observed a trail of smoke and a litany of stationary vehicles ahead. Despite recognizing the potential danger, he proceeded to investigate the situation. He was met with the aftermath of a collision with 2 severely damaged vehicles on either side of the road. Bystanders distressed by the scene, shouted alerts that a woman was trapped inside one of the cars while being assaulted and choked. Christopher and his fellow soldier ran toward the vehicle where they witnessed the male assailant violently continuing this attack on the female occupant. Jumping into action, Christopher announced himself as an officer and intervened by subduing the assailant until the chokehold on the woman broke. He pulled the attacker off the victim with a restraint hold, managed to free the woman from the vehicle, and continued to detain the assailant until the Waterford Township Police arrived on scene. Responders acknowledged that without Officer Russell and his accompanying soldiers' intervention, the woman probably would have likely succumbed to her violent attack. Congratulations, Christopher, for this much-deserved recognition. Will Christopher please come to the stage and be recognized? At this time, I will return the podium to Jim Donovan.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Thompson, and congratulations again to our 2025 individual award winners for Valor in Emergency Response. I'd now like to welcome back Bill O'Flanagan from Reedman Toll Auto Group, who will continue the presentation.
To Dublin, where my younger daughter, who trained police and firefighter dogs at the Working Dog Center, is over there studying to be a veterinarian. So probably more than everybody needed to know. But thank you so much, Commissioner Thompson, and congratulations. Thank you so much, Jim and Commissioner Thompson, and congratulations again to our 2025 individual award winners for Valor and Emergency Response. I now have the honor of presenting this year's team awards for Valor and Emergency Response, the first of which goes to Alexander McCord and John Hayward of the Lower Merion Township Police Department. On the night of November 19th of 2024, Officer Hayward and McCord's platoon received word of a collision in Ballackinwood with reports of an involved vehicle becoming submerged in the Schuylkill River. Upon arrival, Officer Hayward arrived at the scene and quickly located the vehicle about 40 feet offshore. Without a moment's hesitation, he made the decision to descend a 20-foot ledge and make entry into the cold waters in a rescue attempt. Soon after, Officer McCord arrived on the scene, and he too made the courageous decision to descend the ledge and join the river rescue efforts. The officers were able to break through the sunroof and locate the only occupant of the vehicle and return her to shore. CPR was promptly administered, and her pulse returned shortly thereafter. Tragically, the victim was pronounced dead at the hospital several hours later, but due to these officers' acts of bravery, she was able to see her loved ones one final time before she passed. Thank you, Officer McCord and Officer Hayward, not just for the selfless acts mentioned here this evening, but for your daily service in our community. We're honored to present you with this award and offer sincere congratulations. Will Officer McCord and Hayward please come to the stage? Our second team award for Valor and Emergency Response goes to the correctional officers Kevin Fontaine, Rochelle Copeland, Philip Harris, Ursin Koch, and Maurice Marlowe of the Philadelphia Department of Prisons. On April 15th of this year, fellow corrections officer Joan Lundy fell into cardiac arrest shortly after starting her shift. Captain Fountain, along with officers Copeland, Harris, Koch, and Marlowe, did not hesitate jumping into action to administer life-saving measures to their colleague. Once the victim was stabilized, the team ensured safe transport to the nearest medical facility. Lundy, a mother of 4 and grandmother to 1, spent a week in the hospital before being discharged. Thanks to the team's quick thinking and undeniable composure in this high-pressure situation, they were able to save one of their co-workers' lives. This act of selfless dedication to a member of their team reinforces a deeply needed sense of camaraderie and professionalism. Will Captain Fontaine, Officer Copeland, Harris, Koch, and Marlowe please come to the stage to be recognized? Our next team award for valor and emergency response goes to Fire Service EMT Brandon Ortiz and Fire Service paramedic Stephen Yost of the Philadelphia Fire Department. On February 14th, 2025, which was Valentine's Day and the day of the Eagles Super Bowl parade, so it's amazing that anything got done that day, but paramedics Ortiz and Yost received word of a woman having a seizure on Broad Street, which soon escalated to a state of cardiac arrest with no CPR underway. Aware that with thousands in the crowd, even ambulances would face delays, Ortiz and Yost had the foresight to call upon the fire department in case they could arrive on site sooner. Despite their request, the engine company was also delayed, and the two were the first to arrive on scene. Thankfully, these two men were able to remain composed and work with incredibly limited resources on hand to shock the patient's heart back into a stable rhythm, where she then regained consciousness and went on to make a full recovery. The response of these paramedics in and of itself is worthy of recognition. But seeing as we live in the greatest sports city in America, we had to put that in. Ortiz and Yost felt it necessary to address one more issue that lingered beyond that afternoon: the Eagles jersey that had to be cut off the patient in the process of administering life-saving care. The duo personally reached out to the Eagles and saw to it that the patient's jersey was replaced. That's the real beauty of this story, I guess. Thank you both for your acts of courage, and congratulations on your award. Will Brandon and Stephen please come to the stage to be recognized? I love the idea, even when we're giving life-saving awards, it's still Go Birds. So, this evening's final team award for valor and emergency response goes to Lieutenant Peter Small, Senior Corporal Craig Lindell, and paramedics Carissa Lancaster and Ash Touchton of the Newcastle County Emergency Medical Services. At 8 a.m. on the morning of April 9th, this team of paramedics received the word of a collision, not only involving a school bus with 12 children inside, but with another driver trapped in a vehicle underneath. Senior Corporal Craig Lindell and paramedics Carissa Lancaster and Ash Touchton were the first to arrive on the scene, where they were assigned to the trapped 18-year-old driver. These paramedics worked in tandem to gain access to the trapped victim and provide life-saving measures to keep her alive during the extended and difficult extraction process. Lieutenant Peter Small arrived on the scene shortly thereafter and proceeded to coordinate the technical extraction while acting as a liaison for paramedics and rescue personnel. Faced with numerous life-threatening injuries such as hypothermia, a severe right arm hemorrhage, and lung injuries, every second mattered in the 2-hour extraction process. This team of dedicated professionals refused to leave the patient's side and administered vital care with the limited resources to these major injuries. Paramedic Touchton, am I getting that right? Okay, great. Paramedic Touchton was able to provide communication and encouragement to the patient throughout the process as the only person with clear access to the patient's head. Corporal Lindell could only reach the patient by being held horizontally to the car and accessing through the rear window, where he remained in this precarious position throughout the entire process. Despite the limited access to the patient, the team was able to provide oxygen, warming measures, administer blood, and more importantly, keep her alive. Due to the team's selfless dedication toward the patient's well-being, she was not only able to attend her senior prom, but was able to walk at graduation with the very team that saved her life there to support her. This past September, she started her freshman year at the University of Delaware. Will the entire team please come to the stage to be recognized? That's amazing. Amazing job. Great job. Okay, so thank you again. I want to make sure I don't mess up Jim's papers. Okay, thank you again.
Thanks so much, Bill, and congratulations again to our 2025 Team Award winners for Valor in Emergency Response. It's now my great honor to introduce Kevin Bethel, Commissioner of the Philadelphia Police Department, who will present this year's individual winners for meritorious community service.
Thank you, my friend. Let's see if you messed up the papers over here. Are you sure, Jim? I think you did. You might have to. I think you really, and I was going to give you all these accolades and. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But don't let the fire department come up here and help me. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate you. I appreciate the museum and Bill. I just want to commend you. I mean, I've been at almost 39 years, and to see leaving the department and coming back and still see you at the helm is great to see that. I'm just so grateful for that. I do have to acknowledge you, Jim. 39 years. We have something in common. I guess I'll beat you because I'm in my 39th year, actually I'm right there. I'm at my 39th year, but I just want to say congratulations for somebody born and raised in the city of Philadelphia and being here this long, almost 30 years with us, so very close to it or whatever that was. Just want to say job well done and wish you well in your future. And then obviously I acknowledge all of my colleagues in this room, my law enforcement and first responder colleagues. This is a special event. I think if you really go back, as Doctor said, and look what the museum is about and what liberty means, you really will get a sense of why, our purpose and our why. And so, but it's always an honor to be here with Commissioner Thompson and his team as well. And so thank you for the introduction. Thank you to the National Museum for continuing to host a very special program each year, and to our local Chevrolet dealers for continued support. I'm honored to be here tonight to represent the Philadelphia Police Department. Even though you got John Stanford on your front of your brochure, I sent him a message to say you should be here, so, you know what I mean? But next year, we'll work on that next year, Doc, you know what I mean? To present this year's individual awards for meritorious community service. The first recipient of this award is Officer Anthony Amato of the Cherry Hill Police Department. Officer Amato is being recognized tonight for his work as a coordinator of the Multi-Agency Police Peer Support Program. This program extends to Gloucester, Voorhees, and Cherry Hill Police Departments and ensures that the law enforcement officials have reliable, available, and non-stigmatized access to mental health services. Officer Amato has seen to it that critical incidents have stress debriefings, which allow for officers to have timely care following traumatic events. What sets this program apart is the reduced fear of judgment and trust and confidentiality, which creates a much-needed supportive environment for officers. He routinely uses his personal time to focus on training and coordinate outreach between different departments. He has exemplified commitment, not only in his own team, but other teams in surrounding areas as well. His vital contribution to the well-being of his fellow officers cannot be understated, and for that, we're honored to present this award to Officer Anthony Amato. Please, will Officer Amato come to the stage? Oh, I'm sorry.
You need a good-looking guy to get him on.
I promise next year I'll get my rhythm back, you know what I mean? He has two beautiful young kids with him. One, where's his carrot-eating son at? He wants to be built like his dad, so he's eating carrots early. God bless him. Yeah, I mean, so our second individual award winner for meritorious community service is Ronald Schowski of the Philadelphia Fire Department, who unfortunately was not able to attend tonight, but we give him his honor. We will thus continue to this third individual winner, Officer Stephanie Velasquez of the Philadelphia Police Department. Before I go on with her words, Stephanie's here. I've known Stephanie a large percentage of my career. What an outstanding officer who has been giving and dedicating her work to this police department, this community, for as long as I come here. And she sings a beautiful, she's a great singer as well. I'll leave that alone when she sings her anthem and others, but she's just an absolutely outstanding person. So I just wanted to acknowledge that before I move on. Officer Velasquez has continually provided outstanding service to the dedication to the youth of Philadelphia. She goes out of her way to act as more than just a law enforcement officer, but also as a role model and a trusted presence to each student she meets. She prioritizes creating safe space for students to feel seen, listened to, and cared for, which in turn strengthens communities. Her unwavering ability to connect reminds our youth that law enforcement can be a source of both support and guidance. Officer Velasquez has touched countless lives and transformed them from the better through modeling integrity, trust, and empathy. To quote her letter of nomination, she is a beacon of hope for our city and a true hero in the eyes of our children, and I will second that as she is asked to come to the stage. Jim, I think you're up, Jim.
I did not touch your script. I'm used to dealing with a teleprompter. Thank you so much, Commissioner Bethel, and congratulations again to our 2025 individual award winners for meritorious community service. Now to present this year's team awards for meritorious community service, please welcome to the stage Dennis Egan, board chair here at the National Liberty Museum.
Thanks, Jim, and congratulations again to the awardees so far. It's an honor to honor these folks tonight. So tonight's first team award for meritorious community service represents a first in this program's 20-year history, as it honors a group from nearly 300 miles away in Central Falls, Rhode Island. The Central Falls Police Department is being recognized tonight for its Cops and Docs initiative, which is a groundbreaking program designed to foster mentorship, exposure, and opportunity in both the medical and law enforcement fields while expanding access to higher education. Hosted annually at Rhode Island Hospital, the program brings together detectives from the Central Falls Police Department, medical students from Brown University, and over 20 medical professionals representing a wide range of specialties. Over the course of a full day, participating students gain an inside look at the dynamic environment of the state's largest hospital. They hear personal stories from healthcare professionals, learn how detectives and medical staff work together, interact with Brown University students, and receive valuable guidance from hospital admissions teams about pursuing careers in medicine. This initiative embodies the true spirit of partnership, bridging law enforcement, healthcare, and the community to create lasting change, build trust, and inspire the next generation of leaders. We are honored to be joined tonight by the Central Falls Chief of Police, Anthony Roberson, who is here to accept the award on behalf of the Central Falls Police Department. Will Anthony please come to the stage? And thank you for coming all the way from Rhode Island. Okay, so our next team award for meritorious community service goes to Jean and Sean Mackey of the Fulcroft K-9 Police Department and the University of Pennsylvania's K-9 unit. Jean and his brother Sean have each devoted their careers to serving their communities as K-9 officers. For years, they have gone above and beyond their professional duties by visiting local elementary schools with their K-9 partners, offering demonstrations that inspire and delight countless young students. These visits have become cherished annual events for the children in our community, fostering respect for law enforcement and admiration for the extraordinary bond between officers and their K-9 partners. Congratulations, Officers Jean and Sean, and thank you for your invaluable work with the youth in our community. Will Jean and Sean please come to the stage? I almost messed up my own papers here. Okay. Our third team award for meritorious community service and our final award of the evening goes to a duo that I suspect many of you noticed in the building tonight. Corporal Jamel Howard and his dog Patty of the University of Delaware Police Department. Under the guidance of Corporal Howard, the UDPD's Community Resource Unit has embraced an innovative approach to building trust, supporting well-being, and enhancing the connection between campus safety and the community. When the department brought aboard Patty, its first facility dog, Corporal Howard stepped forward to co-lead the initiative, demonstrating commitment, compassion, and a forward-thinking mindset. Patty herself has completed over 10,000 hours of socialization training and has become a critical asset on the UD campus. Her three major roles are supporting the mental health and wellness of officers and staff, serving as a bridge to the broader community and responding to critical incidents to offer comfort to victims and witnesses. From the Community Resource Unit's office, she greets staff, visits shift rooms, and walks the hallways, inviting connection and bringing joy while also performing critical functions. In recognition of their outstanding collaboration, their service to the UDEL community, and their meaningful impact, it is my honor to present the final team award for meritorious community service to Corporal Jamel Howard and Patty.
Again, let's give a round of applause to everybody so far. And in true Awards of Valor fashion, we finished in lightning time. So we've got to improv a little bit. So if you'll bear with me, we are waiting on the Lieutenant Governor to come. He would like to speak with you guys. So we're going to take a short intermission. I encourage you, if you need to use the bathroom, we're going to bring back everybody at 7. But if you want to stay seated, we'll turn up the lights. You guys can congratulate each other, do some pictures. We'll call you back in about 14 minutes as soon as they arrive. You guys are really good at following orders. We've got our special guests arriving. If we could start to take our seats again, and we can follow up with photos and dessert reception after.
Okay, if everyone can please take their seats, we'll continue the program once again if everyone can take their seats. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. I'd like to now introduce a pair of special guest speakers we have in attendance here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me first welcome to the stage Adam Teal, Managing Director for the City of Philadelphia.
Thanks, Jim, and good evening, everybody. I bring you greetings on behalf of our mayor, Sherelle L. Parker. Mayor Parker wishes that she could be here. As you can imagine, she always has a lot of things going on. Now, I know in this case, I was very happy to be here in her stead. Jim and I, the last time that Jim was at MC at an event, it was around pie, the Manna Pie event for Thanksgiving. So this event also has a dessert reception, which I love. So this was an easy sell to be here for the dessert reception. And seriously, though, I have had the honor of being part of this ceremony for a number of years, several times, certainly since my arrival in Philadelphia, in our region, in 2016. And this museum, the National Liberty Museum, is certainly a hidden gem. So to the leadership, thank you all and the staff. I think this is a venue. I hope this is a venue for our America 250 celebrations that are coming up. And also, as we continue to revitalize East Market all the way down to Old City, I know this is a great waypoint for people to see these exhibits, to see the importance. People talk about liberty a lot, and they say the word. And to be here and see that and feel it, I think is a real opportunity that we have going forward. Now, not everybody will have the opportunity that we are privileged to have tonight, and that I've been privileged to have so many times, like my colleagues here, over the past decade. And that is the privilege and the honor to hear and to read these award citations, and to meet the men and women who are out there every day, every night, 24/7, 365, in all weather conditions. It doesn't matter. As we would say, in the water, on top of the water, when it's raining, it doesn't matter. You can read that here from all around the region, which is another thing I really appreciate about this award ceremony and about this program. It's not just, now of course, I love Philly, we all love Philly, and our region is stronger together. And you see that demonstrated here. We know one of the things that I think helps all of us sleep at night here, certainly me as the managing director, we know if something happens that is beyond our capacity and our capabilities, and yes, we all have limits, we know, and we've seen and we've done on many occasions, we've been able to call our regional partners, our state partners, from Delaware, from New Jersey, from across the Commonwealth, this great Commonwealth, Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania. You've always been there for us. I like to think that we've always been there for you. And most importantly, we have all been there as our honorees tonight for our residents, businesses, and visitors. It's an oath that we take seriously. It's a mission that we take seriously. And we've certainly had the opportunity tonight to see and to feel and to recognize the courage, the valor, the bravery, the selfless service that all of our first responders exemplify all the time. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to the museum, all of our honored guests for taking this time. And certainly, I'm happy that I'm not the person between you and dessert. We have our Lieutenant Governor here to provide some remarks. So, sir, thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Director Teal, for taking time to share those words with us and for all you do for the city. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to introduce our second guest speaker of the night, representing the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Please welcome to the stage Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis.
Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. It's great to know I'm the one standing between you and dessert, so that's a great position to be in. I'm grateful to Managing Director Teal. Thank you for being here and for the leadership and the work. the Parker administration, the governor and I are so grateful to have you all as strong partners here in Philadelphia. To Fire Commissioner Thompson and Police Commissioner Bethel, thank you for all of your hard work. To the board members and staff of the National Liberty Museum for hosting this event and for honoring the people who really make our communities safer. You know, community safety is the very issue that brought me to public service. When I was in high school, there was a shooting on the block that I lived that really shattered that sense of safety and security for me. I decided I wanted to do something about it, to get involved in my community. So I went to a city council meeting to take action and to do something about the gun violence in my neighborhood and start a violence prevention program at my school. And now here we are, 2 decades later, and I have the privilege to serve as Pennsylvania's lieutenant governor and the youngest lieutenant governor in the nation. And I'm still working to address the epidemic of gun violence and make Pennsylvania's communities safer. Governor Shapiro and I believe in taking a comprehensive approach to this issue, from supporting state and local law enforcement to help them do the difficult job that they're tasked with, to investing in community-based violence prevention efforts, to addressing the root causes of poverty. We're making critical investments at the state level, and I'm proud that in the budget that we were able to just get across the finish line last week, we provided funding for 1,500 new state and local police officers. We awarded $85 million in violence intervention and prevention grants to more than 130 projects across our great Commonwealth. And we're investing $60 million in new funding for county 911 services. And we're providing stronger protections and access to care for first responders who are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress injury. Those investments are making a real impact here in Philadelphia and across Pennsylvania. Since 2022, homicides are down 35% statewide. In Philadelphia, there's been a 15% decline just this year, and clearance rates are up, which is a testament to the great work to the police officers and the detectives who work here every single day. We're making progress every day, but even one life lost to gun violence is too many. Every Pennsylvanian deserves the freedom to be safe and feel safe in their community. We can't thrive as a Commonwealth unless we're meeting that basic need for safety and security. And the governor and I have talked often about preserving real freedom here in Pennsylvania. Real freedom means the freedom to know your kids are safe when they're in a classroom. The freedom to believe your neighbors are safe when they are worshiping at their church or at a synagogue or at a mosque. And the freedom to trust your loved ones are safe when they're riding on public transit or walking in your neighborhood. That's real freedom, and that's what Governor Shapiro and I are working hard to deliver every single day in Pennsylvania. And I want you to know we couldn't do any of it without your work, your hard work, and your efforts. So thank you for having me here today, and I look forward to continuing to be a strong partner to each and every one of you. Thank you.
I was doing the math. You're not going to retire for a long time. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a great way to end this evening. We'd like to thank once again Elaine and the National Liberty Museum, and to Bill on behalf of our local Chevrolet dealers for your generous sponsorship of this program. And last but not least, thank you to all of the families that are here and the friends of our honorees. You too are also heroes. Your support and your sacrifice are not unnoticed. You're the foundation of the service we've been fortunate enough to celebrate tonight, so thank you. Thank you all for attending the 20th Annual Awards of Valor ceremony, sponsored by your local Chevy dealers. Go out and buy a Chevy. And we'd like to invite you for a cocktail and dessert hour back on the first floor. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening.